Hi, everybody. Hello, hello. Let's see if anyone finds me. Hello, do you see me? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. You see me? Okay, there we go. Now we're up and working. Okay, so like I said before, tell me your name, tell me where you're from or what casita you go to. Today, I'm excited because I'm going to do a video about poetry. I write poetry and I've been writing poetry all my life. And it's something that I love to do. And I know that maybe it seems complicated or maybe you don't know what it is, but I'm going to ask you some, and we're going to write 3 different types of short poems. So if you want, before I start, you can go get a piece of paper or you can go get a notebook, like one I have right here, and something to write with. So if you want, you can go and get that and you can do it along with me, or you can just stay here and you can listen to me and see what I'm doing. So if you were with me on Tuesday, then you remember that I read a Dr. Seuss book, and Dr. Seuss was a master at rhyming words and writing poetry. So I'm going to take some of the words that I used last time, and I'm going to ask you again, what words rhyme with the ones I'm going to show you? So I'm going to ask you to think, okay? So the first word is boat. So what is a word that rhymes with boat? Let's see if you remember. And if you didn't watch the video on Tuesday, then this will be the first time. So what is a word that rhymes with boat? What do you think? Let's see what we have. What is a word that rhymes with boat? Goat, very good. I see goat, like the animal. Anybody else? Hello, Mateo from Getafe. Hi, Mateo. What is a word that rhymes with boat? There's 2. Goat and coat, right? Very good. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, another word. What about the word house? What is a word that rhymes with house? Think about it. A word that rhymes with house. I'm thinking of an animal with little tiny teeth. Hello, hello, hello. Very good. Mouse. I'm seeing mouse. Anybody else? Horse? Not so much. It's a different word. It's a different sound. Mouse. Very good. Okay. And one more. Sun. What about sun? What is a word that rhymes with sun? Hello, Sarah from Alunda. Who else is here? What is a word that rhymes with sun? Run. Very good. Bun. A bun. This is a bun, right? When I have my hair in a bun. Pan. Pan is a different sound. Gum, like chewing gum, rhymes with sun. Fun. This is the favorite one of mine. Fun in the sun. Okay, so now my first question is, I'm going to throw a big word out there for you guys. What is imagination? I think it also sounds like the word in Spanish. So what is imagination? Is imagination something that you think or something that you do? So I'm going to give you some letters. Imagination is using your brain or using your hands. So if you think imagination is using your brain, write A. And if you think imagination is when you use your hands, write B. So what do you think? A for brain or B for hands? When you are using your imagination, are you using your brain or your hands? We have lots of A's, we have an S, we had some B's before. What do you think? A. Hello, Guille from Monte Carmelo. Lucia from Pozuelo. Hello. A. So if you chose A, you are correct. When you use your imagination, you are using your brain and you are imagining things, right? So my next question is, what is poetry? I know, maybe you don't know anything about it. You can, if you're with mom or dad, you can ask mom or dad. What is poetry? What do you think? I'm going to give you the definition. I want you, if you can, read it out loud. So if you're home and you can read the words, read them out loud. So a poem is a piece of writing that uses imaginative words to share ideas, emotions, or a story with the reader. So anybody who's reading is a reader. So this is the definition of a poem. And what is the name of somebody who writes poetry or who writes a poem? What do you think? What do you think is the name of somebody who writes a poem or who writes poetry? What do we call these people? A builder, for example, is somebody who builds. A teacher is somebody who teaches. So what is the name for somebody who writes poems? Very good, Ana Flamateo. Very good, a poet, right? P-O-E-T. So we're all going to become mini poets today. And I have another question for you. Does poetry have to rhyme? So rhyming is what we did here. When you find two words that sound the same. Does poetry have to rhyme? Does every poem need to have words that rhyme? If you think yes, then write A. And if you think no, then write B. So if you think that a poem has to rhyme, write A. And if you think that a poem doesn't have to rhyme, write B. Let's see what we have. So remember, rhyming words is when you make words that sound the same. So do poems have to have rhymes? A for yes or B for no? What do you think? A. Hello, Ines and Nico. Meaning B, A from Luna, from Boadilla. A. What else do we have? A for yes or B for no? So, dun, 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 dun. The answer is B. So no, poems do not have to have rhyming words. They can or they can't. But either way, it's still a poem. So I'm going to read you now a very short poem that I love. And I want you to tell me if this poem is rhyming or not rhyming. Okay? It's called The Guppy by Ogden Nash. Kind of has a strange name. And a guppy is a little animal. So here we go. Whales have calves, cats have kittens, bears have cubs, and bats have mittens. Swans have cygnets, seals have puppies, but guppies just have little guppies. So I'm going to show you now the poem. So I want you to tell me if this poem has rhyming words. So write A for yes, this poem has rhyming words. Or B for no, this poem does not have rhyming words. So you tell me. A for yes or B for no? What do you think? I'm getting some A's, but this poem does have rhyming words. A. I see lots of A's. Samuel and Adrian say, hey, hello, Samuel. Hello, Adrian. A. Oh, I see a B. Vera says B. B, A. I'm going to let you guys have a few more answers. B. Okay. So the correct answer is A. This poem does have rhyming words, such as kittens and bittens and puppies and guppies. And another poem that has rhyming words is one that you can look up at home. It has a really nice YouTube video that goes along with it. And the poem is called What is Pink by Christina Rossetti. So if you want, you can write this one down and you can find this on YouTube later. It has a really nice video and it's a poem that I like a lot. And it's about the colors. So that's why the title's name is What is Pink? What is Pink by Christina Rossetti. And it also has the title Children's Poem About Colors, if you want to find it on YouTube. I really recommend this poem. So now, if you're ready, take something to write with. I usually write my poems with a pencil or with a pen, or I'm typing them on my laptop. But right now, I have a marker. So you can use any type of writing utensil that you want. A pen or a pencil or a marker. I have two. I have a purple one and I have a green one. And the first poem that we're gonna try is called a 5 senses poem. So I want you to hold up your hands if you're watching and show me 5. We have 5 senses, correct? What are the 5 senses? Who knows? If you know them, say them. If you know what the 5 senses are, tell them to mom or to dad or whoever you're with. So our first sense is, what are these? Eyes. The first sense is sight, that we can see. What's the second sense? What do we do with this thing? What do we do with our nose? We smell. So this is the second sense. How about the third sense? What do we do with our mouth? What do we do? Or what do we do with our tongue? What do? We taste. This is the third sense. The fourth sense, what do we do with our ears? What can we do with our ears? We have 2 of them, right? 1 and 2. We can hear. And what's the last sense? We have sight, smell, taste, hearing, and what's this one? What's the one that we use with our hands? It starts with a T. What's this sense? I'm waiting for somebody to tell me. Type it. What is this sense with our hands? Not eating. Come on, what's this one? The one with your hands. Touch. Very good. I'm seeing touch. Right? The last sense is touch. So when you write a 5 senses poem, we're going to use our 5 senses to describe a theme or an object. So the theme of this poem is going to be spring, because we're in spring now, and spring is super beautiful. So the theme of this poem is going to be spring. And this is how you set up the poem. We're going to use our 5 senses. It looks like, it smells like, it sounds like, it tastes like, and it feels like. So on the first line, it says looks like. So you're going to think of something that spring looks like. You can do more than 1 word, but for starting out, 1 word is okay. So what does spring look like? When you look outside and you see spring, what does it look like to you? I'm going to write spring looks like happy, because I feel happy when I see spring. So it doesn't have to make complete sense. Spring looks like happy. It makes me happy. So now what's the second one? Smell. What does spring smell like? Can you smell spring? Green, sun, flowers. I'm going to pick one that you give me. I'm going to use flowers. Okay, I like it. Spring smells like flowers. Oh, I'm loving this already. Okay, the next one, sounds like. What does spring sound like? When you put your head out the window, what does spring sound like? Oh, I'm getting honey, flowers. What does spring sound like? What is the animals that you hear the most, maybe, when you hear spring? Birds. Very good, right? The birds come out and they start going chirp, 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 chirp. Or pew, 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 pew. Because they're super happy. And I'm happy too. So I'm going to write spring sounds like birds. Spring sounds like birds. And now what does spring taste like? This is my favorite one. What does spring taste like? Use your imagination because we cannot go outside and taste spring with our mouth. So I want you to use your brain. What does spring taste like? I like this answer, butter. Ice cream, honey. I like the honey. What does spring taste like? Maybe spring tastes like broccoli. Maybe spring tastes like lemonade. Maybe spring tastes like tomatoes, strawberries, cookies, honey. I'm going to write honey. I think spring tastes like honey. Okay, honey. And the last one feels like strawberries, fruit, grass. Maybe you're eating the grass. So what does spring feel like? What does spring feel like? You can think of an emotion like happy or sad or angry, or you can think of the fabric like cotton or wood, something hard like my table or something soft. What does spring feel like? When you touch spring, what does it feel like? Happy, maybe. What am I going to put? I think I'm going to put maybe the trees, maybe the leaves of the trees, or maybe the petal of the flower. Rainbows. I like that answer, Inés. Spring feels like rainbows because what happens in spring? It rains a lot, or it should. It rains a lot in spring. And sometimes when it rains and there's a thunderstorm, we get lots of rainbows. So what answers? Like a hug. Yeah, it feels like a hug. Feels humid. It feels like the sun. It feels like happy. It feels like freedom. Guys, I love these answers. You're so amazing. So I put feels like rainbows. So this is my 5 senses poem. And if you did one too, I'm super proud of you. So this is my 5 senses poem. It looks like happy. It smells like flowers. It sounds like birds. It tastes like honey. And it feels like rainbows. Bravo, everybody. Thank you for helping me. So we're moving on to a second poem style. And this second poem has a big name. Don't get scared. The name is acrostic poem. And I think that you've done one before. You just don't know it. I think you've done one. So we're going to think, I need somebody's name. Whose name am I going to use? You can use name of an object or the name of a friend or your name. You can use any word you want for this type of poem. But I'm going to use somebody's name. So how about, whose name should I use? Give me a name to use. I could use Noah. I could use Paula or Eva, Inés, Lucia. I'm going to use the name Lucia. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write Lucia just like this. I'm going to write Lucia just like this. Yeah, I have so many names now. Noelia, Paula, Inés, Darío. Hi, Alicia. Hi, Diego. Hi, Juan. So you can choose any name, and you're going to write it just like this on the side. And now what we have to do is use our brain, use your imagination to think of all the words that begin with the letter L, U, C, I, and A. Because we're going to write a word for each of these letters to make a poem. So what are words that start with the letter L? What are words that start with the letter L? I can think of lick, lick, or laugh, ha ha ha, or lollipop. What are other words that start with the letter L? What are words that start with the letter L? Love. Very good. Lamp. I'm going to write, let's see. I'm going to use love. I like that one. Okay. So here we go. And I write love. That was a really good one. What else do I have? Look, love, Lucas, Laura. Very good. Love is a really good one. So now, what is a word that starts with the letter U? What's a word that starts with the letter U? What do you use when it's raining outside? Like, laptop, very good. Lunch, very good. So how about the letter U? I'm thinking of something that you use when it's raining and you don't want to get wet. What do you need for this? Very good, an umbrella or a unicorn. A unicorn could also work. I'm going umbrella, use umbrella, umbrella. Very good. So I'm going to use the word umbrella. Umbrella, just like this. Umbrella. So what's the next letter? What's this letter? This is the letter C. What are words that start with the letter C? What are words that start with the letter C? I can think of cake, for example. What we eat, cake. What's candy, cat? What about the food that's in the shape of a circle? There we go. Cinema, very good, everybody. You guys are really using your brains. I'm thinking of a food that sometimes has chocolate chips in it. Cookies, very good, Noelia. Cat. So I'm going to use the word cookie. Cookie. And what about this letter? What's this letter? This is the letter I. I'm getting sing cow, car. I love it. The letter I. So what are words that start with the letter I? The letter I. I'm also thinking of another food. And we go like this. Oh, chocolate also starts with C. That's right. Ice, imagination. What are words that start with the letter I? I'm very good. Inez, of course. I think I'm going to use Ana Mateo's answer. I'm going to use imagination because it's a word that we used before. It's a big word. Or I'm going to write imagine. Imagine is the verb of imagination. I'm going to write imagine like this. Imagine. And what's island? I like this one too. Igloo. These are great, guys. Okay, so the last letter is A. A. So there's a million words that start with the letter A. So what are we going to think of? Maybe we can think of a verb, or we can think of an adjective. So what are words that start with the letter A? Animal. Very good. What else am I saying? Words that start with the letter A. My name, for example, starts with the letter A because my name is Audrey. Ali, Ania and Alan, Aladdin, awesome. Oh, I like that one. Always, Arctic, ant. Oh, you guys are doing so good. Astronaut, animal. I'm going to use awesome because it's a happy word. So I'm going to write awesome. Green. Okay, and we finished. So this is a poem, an acrostic poem about Lucia, because Lucia is love she is umbrella, she is cookie, she is imagine, and she is awesome. So you guys can do this with your own name. Give it a clap, some snaps, guys. In poetry, we snap. Good job. Okay, quickly, the last poem style. This one is the most difficult, so prepare yourself. This poem style is called a haiku, and it's a Japanese style poem that we use using syllables. And this is how you spell it. Haiku, the haiku. And syllables we use not when we clap, but when we say words. So for example, Audrey has 2 syllables. Audrey. It's how many vowels and consonants are in each word. So for example, Lucia. Lucia. Does it have 2 syllables or 3 syllables? What do you think? Lucia. 2 syllables or 3 syllables? Write me your answer. What do you think? Lucia. 2 syllables or 3 syllables? Let's see what you say. Abril 3, Lorenzo says 3, Vera says 3. 3. Very good. Lucia has 3 syllables. What about elephant? Elephant. How many syllables do we have? 3. Very good. Elephant. So the way that you write a haiku is with 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. 3 lines only. And each line has a specific syllable count. So the first line has how many syllables? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the first line, you're going to have 5 syllables. And we are going to use sentences for this one. The second line, how many syllables? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the last line, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's difficult. I'm going to share one that I wrote with you. And you can look up examples of this online for the haiku. So I'm going to write a theme. So the theme for this haiku is home, because we are at home. And there's many things that are nice about the home. So my first line, I need 5 syllables. So I thought, I used my imagination to think of the sentence, home is mom and dad. Is this 5 syllables? I'm going to tell you again. Home is mom and dad. How many syllables do we have here? It's 5, so I'm going to write it here. Home is mom and dad. I'm going to underline 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Home is mom and dad. So the second line, we need 7 syllables. That's kind of a lot. So I thought of the sentence, where I play and play all day. So is this 7 syllables? Where I play and play all day. It's 7, so I'm going to write it. I'll use green. Where I play and play all day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 syllables. And who remembers the last line? How many syllables go on the last line, on the third line? How many? 5 or 7 go on the last line? The answer is 5. And I thought about saying, home is the best place. I'm going to count. Home is the best place. And I'm going to write it. Home is the Best place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here I have my finished haiku. So you can do this in English at home, or you can even do it in Spanish. You can do any of these poems. You can do the 5 senses poem, the acrostic poem using the name, or you can use a haiku. And that's all you need to do to be a poet. So before I say goodbye, I'm going to read one more poem from a poet for children who is super amazing. He's super cool. And this is his name for if you want to find him. He has a really good book called Where the Sidewalk Ends. And I'm going to read a poem of his called The Poetry. And it goes like this. Underneath the poetry, come and rest a while with me, and reach the way the world web weaves between the shady story leaves. The branches of the poetry reach from the mountain to the sea. So come and sit and dream and climb. Just don't get hit by all the falling rhymes. So that was called The Poetry by Shel Silverstein, who is an amazing poet. This is his name if you want to find him. And that's it. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming and joining the live video with me today and doing some poems and some poetry with me. I hope you had a lot of fun, and I hope you learned some things. And I hope that you use your time at home to use your brain and use your imagination and be super creative. And I miss all of you. And if Nieves is still watching, hello, Nieves. Thank you for watching me today. I miss you. And so goodbye, everybody. Have a good rest of your Thursday and a good weekend. And enjoy the sunny day from your window today. Keep active and keep creating. Bye, Dario. Bye, Vera. Bye, guys. So nice to be with you today. Bye-bye.